DC's turn to ban. Complexity's turn to ban.
Ah, come on.
DC's turn to ban. Complexity's turn to ban. DC's turn to pick.
Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Star Ladder iLeague Star Series, Complexity versus DC, coming at you. A two-game series, of course, this continuing to be the group stages here of what should be a really good matchup. This is obviously one of the bigger matchups, I think it's safe to say, in terms of maybe who's going to gain that momentum and who maybe will start falling behind. Only one of these 8 teams advancing on to the land final. So looking forward to see what happens here. Once again, I'm Breaky CPK. I'm joined by Tralf here as my co-caster. Tralf, I'm really looking forward to this one. What about you? There, Tralf?
Reserve time. Reserve time.
Earth Spirit.
DC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Demon.
Complexity's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Here, thanks for having me. It should be a good matchup. We already got a first ban Meepo in the first.
Turn to ban.
So they just get rid of it. I mean, the guy's a pretty ham on that hero. Yeah, you don't want to have to face off against that. We actually saw that, especially when the patch first came out, and they were DC was at the ESL 1 Genting event, of course, which they ended up winning.
5 seconds
They actually ran a little bit of Meepo, but mostly it was banned against them. So yeah. Now I will say at that, I do remember that stat at that event. They actually got it, I think, twice, and they actually lost those games, if I'm not mistaken, or there's something crazy like that. Like the games that they actually got and they ended up losing. So I'm not saying that that's a reflection of what would happen, but. I found that interesting. But the point is, Complexity, yeah, they just don't want to deal with it here. Got our picks, though. Let's start going over that. Juggernaut, Earth Spirit for Complexity, Ember Spirit, and Shadow Demon, DC. What do we think about these so far?
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty cool openers.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to ban.
DC, and I don't see anything really wrong with it. Of course, it does give another team to have more time for counters. Earth Spirit's actually a pretty nice counter to him just because of that silence, and it's not something you can really build a Lincolns towards, and you're not really... You don't really want to buy a BKB on Ember Spirit. We've seen it in the past when you've got like the Battle Spirit build, where you just you go for like a BKB at the end after a couple of Datalises and Battle Furies. But for this style of Ember, where you go for magic damage output, you don't want to buy that BKB. You will see typically maybe a Lincolns though somewhere in that mix. That's not uncommon. Lincolns doesn't do anything against Earth Spirit though if he's on point with his silences and his stuns. It just doesn't trigger it. So good hero against Ember
10
Spirit.
seconds
Yeah, it's the
remaining.
overall point right there. Now, I will say, again, let's go through all the stats and everything in the
5
pregame here as far as the
seconds
production goes. And
remaining.
I did notice a couple of things. One was that DC, they ran Ember Spirit twice, so
Reserve time.
it seems it comes down to being picked up. But we got our third pick now to come. Now, also along those lines, we see the Abaddon ban by DC. That's not a typical hero you'd ban against a lot of teams. But Complexity, they were 2-0 in this tournament, actually, with that hero. So some research being done.
Stats don't lie.
No.
We got the stats behind them. And is good. If a team's comfortable picking him, just take away that comfort pick. He saw Meepo banned out in the first overall phase here for Complexity. They're comfortable with playing Meepo. You know that we use a good Meepo. Just ban it out if they're comfortable. And a Morphling pick here in third position here for Complexity. Don't see that as much anymore.
Oh, it feels like Morphling has definitely died out a fair amount. Now, I've been watching some of the European action. I want to say it was Team Liquid that actually, they ran a Morphling IO combination, Morphling Wisp, and it was really strong. It was very, very powerful. Took over the game, and they just rolled with it. So I'm not saying Complexity is going to do that, but is that a potential?
No, I don't think that. Well, because I think Earth Spirit's definitely Z-Freak's hero, and I don't think Melons can play Wisp, although I could be wrong. Not to mention, even if he could, it's kind of an odd pairing with the support.
5 seconds remaining.
Also factoring the fact that Z-Freak, I think, more so plays the 4 and gets items.
Reserve time.
And I think Earth Spirit can do a lot of things with like a Veil Blink. And then that leaves you with like a hard 5-position Wisp. Not to say that it can't be done, but for one, it's hard. Two, I just don't think that Melons plays a hero, so probably not here.
Yeah. Support option. Are we going to see then? There we go.
I think it's going to be Warlock Breaky. I think it's going to.
I guess that too. Hopefully.
Yeah.
What happened? Now he plays this hero often, so that could have been a good guess to be.
I thought also Disruptor could be okay. It worked kind of okay against Ember Spirit, but Ember Spirit also works good against Disruptor. If you have a Remnant out, you can just Remnant and time it so that you don't actually get this glimpses back into the ulti. But that's neither here nor there. Disruptor's not picked. It is Warlock. Tons of team fight prowess. I know that Complexity, just in general, they love the hero Warlock. Before it even started to hit a huge spike in the meta in terms of being picked all the time. You remember back to, I think it was TI5 qualifiers. TI5, I think. He was running the Warlock a lot. I think it was more of a core. I can't remember 100%. I think it was more of like a mid Warlock. But nonetheless, I still love the hero.
I will also say this, a little bit of inside the Complexity running it themselves. Not only do they like to pick it up, but Melon specifically likes to build up the upheaval ability. He usually maxes that out first from my history watching them. So I'm curious if that's also going to be a trend here or not. I mean, you figure Ember Spirit doesn't care too much about that, considering when he has remnants and stuff. So but there's other heroes that it could affect pretty. We'll see how that comes into play. As Luna.
10 seconds remaining.
The old SD Luna, yeah. They banned out the TB, which is also a great hero with the Shadow Demon. And then they banned out the LC, so a little curious if they gave him that combination. It's very.
10 seconds remaining.
That they left
5
Luna
seconds
open. He mentioned the
remaining.
Terrorblade being taken away, but clearly Complexity, obviously they had to figure that was going to be an option here for DC, and sure enough, that's what DC chooses to go. So Complexity perhaps just overall pretty confident that they can deal with it if that starts to get a little bit out of hand, or ideally I want it to get out of hand. We'll see how they're up to that challenge. The final ban from DC now, what do you figure? Complexity still needs their off lane. They run Spirit Breaker, I feel like, a fair amount.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him play offlane Morphling too, but I don't know if that's with where you go the stun build, like Blink Stun, Max Stun. which is also very, very good against the Ember Spirit. Now, they do have the Shadow Demon Disruption, so it's not like the end-all, be-all. But other than that, they're going to ban out the Lone Druid.
DC's
So
turn
maybe
to pick.
maybe they are expecting an offlane Morphling. I don't know. Maybe they're expecting an offlane LD, which is still an option, but just not as common anymore. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. There's always a Darkseer, which pairs well with the Juggernaut. Oh wait, sorry. You know what? It's banned. So
Remaining.
that is
That
not.
still doesn't
available. Anyway,
take away that point. I mean, he's still with him. But
5 seconds.
thank you.
being face right there.
Yeah.
Pick though for
Reserve
DC. Yeah, I hate this bug that they have with the arrow pointing down to complexity. Yet it's actually
Right, I see that too.
It's
Yeah.
so annoying. It kind of throws me off. Anyways, DC, their final. They have about 20 seconds here. They also need off. Oh yeah, both heroes need off, or both teams need off lane. Usually it comes down to that, but Bat Rider is still on the board. Popular off
Sure.
lane.
10 seconds.
Very great against a hero like Warlock too. Like because Warlock's ulti is so important. If you're like, oh, we just need to go on that Warlock, we need someone to go behind and get him. They're gonna go with a Magnus though, so a lot of that's kind of the old school Magnus Ember combination where you don't go for the magic build and you go for Battle Furies. I'm not saying that that's what they're gonna do, but Magnus is still just generally good. With buffs to items and you know how strong Echo Saber is right now, I've seen a lot of Magnuses go for like a semi-carry kind of build with Treads, Echo Saber, Blink, and like maybe a Lothar's mixed in there, or Shadowblade mixed in there somewhere.
His talent tree allows him to do that too. You can really buff up his
Right.
damage.
10 seconds.
Absolutely.
remaining.
Timbersaw!
Timbersaw. AoE, maybe some illusion killers, and also solid AoE damage.
I'm still not sure what Complexity's lanes are going to be. I mean, it still could be like an offlane Morphling with a mid Timbersaw. The only reason I say this is because we never see offlane Timber work very well anymore. I mean, especially against, if you're looking at the supports and the safe lane of DC, they got Shadow Demon, Ogre, Luna. Who is going to beat that lane? Timbersaw, I guess, can go to the jungle with an Iron Talon, but then again, which hero can't? I mean, every hero can do that. So it's just weird to see Timber as an offlane. So it's like, are they going to have Timber mid against an Ember Spirit, which is a good hero against Ember Spirit in mid, and then Juggernaut safely Morphling off? That's the only thing throwing me off. And they haven't picked their heroes yet. In fact, nobody has, or there's a bug on my screen.
Same for me. I don't know if it's just delayed or what, but we're not getting
Are
any
they saying,
information.
are they saying remake? Okay, no, they're not saying remake.
There. I'm gonna load in here, so we'll see. But I guess it just doesn't show up anymore.
It's a monkey's Morphling, so it's going to be an offlane Morph.
Called it, man. The classic Melon.
Moo going back to his roots with the hero that he made so popular on DC, who he's playing, by the way.
Oh my god.
Playing the Timbersaw as he carried them to second place and then got kicked, just saying.
Wow, you got some strong opinions on that, Trell. Tell me more.
No, I'm just messing. It's just funny to see the nostalgia of, you know, I mean, let's be real. Moo was very, very strong on this hero, and it's cool that he's playing it now against DC. That's all. Don't read any more into it. I'm just having some fun, y'all.
No, then that's a great. Obviously, storylines are great, and I was actually going to bring that up myself, so I'm glad you did. It definitely. It's kind of funny too that our graphics that we have with all the team profiles and stuff, actually, the picture that they have of Moo is in the DC jersey. So a little awkward there. That he's on Complexity now. But no, you know, and as a competitor, you've done it many times yourself before, where you play against a team or players that you used to play with that you no longer do for whatever. You know, is it safe to say that he has like a chip on his shoulder, like an edge almost, that it's like he really wants to beat these guys maybe more than others?
I don't know. I think teams nowadays are a lot more professional, and there's grudges like that are not really held as strongly as maybe they used to be. I don't think it's. I don't even think he's thinking right now. Right now, he's just focused on the game. Sure. Right now, I'm curious just to see where the lanes are all set up. So yeah, Moo is their carry player, and it does look like he does have safe lane items. So it's going to be a Jug matchup against the Ember, which is a little interesting because I just think the Timbers. I thought he was picked up for the matchup against Ember. A lot of posturing here. They're waiting in their own jungle, whereas DC are waiting to smoke. Waiting a lot of time too. They waited like 40 seconds to actually get that smoke. They make the line down this way. A little risky play because they're going uphill, so they might get spotted. Oh wait, someone TP'd and placed that ward really early, so never mind. They see exactly what's going on. Misery must have TP'd very early.
Yeah, he got down there ASAP. So they spotted Complexity, and now that they're spread out, they're gonna try to catch them. Melons. Ooh, he could be the victim. He's Maybe? Okay, wow, he's just enough to... So he'll be good and no first blood as a result. I want to go back to this. Monkey's playing the Morphling here in the off lane. As you talked about, what purpose? Why an off lane Morphling?
I think it's just because of the Ember. I mean, you always go strength morph, and the whole idea is to have a very nice initiation with a very, very long stun duration onto an elusive hero like Ember. The problem is if this Shadow Demon is in the right place at the right time, it's not going to be that useful. But, I mean, if he's not in the right place at the right time every single time, it's going to be very, very annoying. That boulder from Z-Freak was way off.
No,
but I guess you miss all the shots you don't take, right? But yeah, it's response to the Ember in short.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, you see Melons taking some harassment from the Shadow Demon right there. Who, of course, they are playing this aggressive dual lane, so trying to take advantage here. And Matt, it's going to turn into a tri-lane pretty quickly. Misery on the Ogre, running on down. See now how Complexity perhaps adjusts to this. You have Earth Spirit, Z-Freak. He is heading toward top lane for now. Maybe some decisions to be made once they get more of that information. Warlock attempting a stack, but good job blocking the stack right there. Standing in place. So Timbersaw, he's pretty far up, but I don't think Timbersaw's ever really too worried. That reactive armor, it's so impossible to kill him like that. It feels like top lane. Okay, no, he's fine. A little bit of harassment, right? But does Z-Freak need to rotate to the bottom lane, you feel, on that Earth Spirit, or is he fine kind of just doing his thing up there?
I think he's fine. This is a lane that can hold its own. Warlock and Timbersaw. That nuke from that Satyr Tormentor actually did some damage on Misery with the dot from Warlock, which lasts for a long time. I don't think he needs to come bottom. He can maybe find a rotate bottom at some given opportunity if they start to dive, but this is a very tanky lane. Look at that Satyr Tormentor go. That's not controlled by anybody. It's just dishing out damage like no other.
So not like Misery.
Yeah, it hit Moo there too, but Misery's, I mean, he's taking like half HP, or half damage from that. Dot again on Melons. If he can hold her, he misses again. Might just be enough anyway, though, because he's got an Oob, and yeah, it will be first blood for the Warlock.
Yeah, it was just out of range, I feel like, but it doesn't matter. As you point out, he's allowed him to get close enough for the auto attacks, and that's what really did him in, so. Job rotating over, and sure enough, Z-Freak, he's going to go for that 2-minute bounty rune. Shadow Demon, he's like, nah, that's fine. Thunder, going to harass him a little bit, but, oh, actually, he's probably in trouble right here. He's going to use that barrel roll away, and the other tower, though, he does not have an escape right here. He is basically dead. And I hope that some way, somehow, it doesn't aggro him.
He tried to stop the vision from the tower with the little free, but
that would have been a big play. It wasn't.
That would have been pretty funny, but it wasn't.
Good attempt, I guess.
It did pit this 1v1 matchup here for the Magnus, and he's just gonna shine just because Morphling is not gonna do any damage to this this Magnus with a poor man's shield. So he's gonna have completely free farm, have top CS. Moo. Take a little bit of damage, level 2 reactive armor though.
Yeah, that Timber Chain was a little awkward. He tried to get it over the ledge, but actually he hit it on the ledge. I'm guessing that was the plan at least. He's going to use it again right here. Like I mentioned, another level 2 reactive armor. Now here comes the turn. Misery again, realizing, crap, this was a little too much, and he will fall. It's almost as if they're underestimating how tanky a Timbersaw can be. Like, that was clearly not going to be a kill, I feel like, yet they really kept on diving right there.
I think Moo's just really good. I think this is easily his best hero. Like, he knows his limitations. He knows when he's trouble. He knows when he can bait and get the most out of the situation, specifically on this hero. And it looked like at times he was maybe in trouble, but I really think he baited them in, staying a little bit longer than they should have. Yeah. And they got a nice, easy, very easy turn. And that's just, you know, the comfort of Moo being on that hero, being so comfortable and familiar with it.
He's going to take some damage again right here, but like we talked about, that reactive armor. Good to go.
They actually just used a scan for Dire. You know that Z-Freak is sitting mid. That was kind of an interesting scan, but very useful one at that.
Catch the sim rotating over. They figured he was missed for the time. Maybe he's mid, and sure enough, they are right. Bounty rune bottom by Shadow Demon. Let's take a look at this middle match. That's 22-5 Juggernaut, 18-3 Ember Spirit. So Cancel have a little bit better turn. Does that surprise you, maybe?
Not terribly. I mean, this can kind of go either way. I know Wee has been a little bit scared from ganks. I mean, he's using the scan as soon as it's up just to see if Earth Spirit's trying to gank him. Earth Spirit tried to gank him, I think, once, maybe twice. Unfortunately failed, but still the threat of the gank can be enough to keep hits here and there.
Who's playing really aggressive. He has the backup nearby, so it's almost like he's baiting them out. He also has a mango on him to be able to use right here if need be. So he's fine once again, and Resolution will gladly take the tower. Creep wave, that is, back to his tower. No farm. How is Luna doing? 16-8, 17-3, Timber Cell. So it's pretty mediocre for both of them, really. At the bottom lane right here. Again, understandable with all the harassment coming out.
I'm worried though that they're not going to get as much out of this Morphling. Morphling's going to go for Midas actually.
Wow.
Tranquil's into Midas, and this is typically this has to have been a more built for this time. I mean, obviously you went offlane with it. Maybe he's thinking maybe I just go for more of a carry build because I'm going to get free farm. But his free farm is not even close to that of Moon's. I mean, well, he does steal the creep right there. But I mean, Moon's getting every single last hit and then some with the jungle right next to him. Yeah. And having the empower ability and good attack animation and good damage is very, very easy for him to get a huge spike. No.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Magnus. The lane?
A little bit of trouble. Might have to use his ultimate. There is a remnant up. Very nice stun with the chain. He's able to stop him from using his Omni Slash, and we get a nice right there.
Top lane, by the way, charging in. Barrel roll going to whiff right there from Z-Freak, but it lands a boulder smash. In comes Ogre. The Science going to be used on it. No, well played by Z-Freak. And prevents Ogre, I guess at that point, he really didn't have anything anyways, and they get the kill nonetheless. But Port's coming in. We're not done just yet. Luna does hello to Monkeys. Monkeys, not a lot of mana. He does have a magic stick. 3 charges on it currently. Need to use it right here. Does, but I don't think he's getting out of this. Z-Freak, you'd also be best just running. Maybe he is actually. The distance doesn't have enough mana for a beam. That's why. I was wondering when we're going to see it come out, but he just was about 10 mana short right there. So escapes actually.
In the meantime, he just popped an arcane rune. Spin coming out, but he missed a little bit of the spin duration, which means none of it is going to hit him. Might even go for a kill right here. He misses the chains. He's not going to be able to get it. Or is he? No, he's going to actually treat. Yeah, if he hit that chains, he might have actually just double or triple remnant. I don't know how many. He had 1 down, so it would have been a double. But very, very close right there. Gets the TP out. Still has an arcane rune, so his flame guard's up again already. Meantime, top. Lunatic gets a
Not enough, though. Not enough damage, and he'll be fine. You see Disruption used on Morphling, and now actually they might go for Soxa. They're using the Luna illusion. Keep the vision, do some damage, Boulder Smash in, and that will secure it. In the end, no more TPs coming. They should be fine yet again.
That was not the juke.
No.
That was like the anti-juke.
Gave up
He
on
stood
that
there
one.
and like, I'm gonna wait here until they see me, and then I'm gonna go. Fortunate, but
Sometimes standing still, that could be the best maneuver.
that's right.
Or
They won't notice.
he has Omni Slash, but not enough mana for it. So yeah, no chance right here, and we will just walk it off. In the middle. Juggernaut's top farm, but Magnus, let's talk about him for a second. He's going the Helm of the Dominator. Yeah, he is getting that first. Do you like that? And do you want to see maybe a Blink Dagger though next ASAP or that Echo Saber?
I think Helm is normally. I would say I would love to see him go for like an Echo Saber Blink rush. I see him most of the time like a Shreds Echo Saber Blink. Because of this patch and how strong Helm of the Dominator is, I can't say it's wrong. Because you know the Luna's almost always going to go for Helm of the Dominator, and because you know RP is such a potent ability from start to finish, not 100% sure I'm sold on it this game. Time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But again, Helm of the Dominator is almost never bad. I mean, it's just I think the item of the patch, and will be if it ever gets tweaked. It does get tweaked.
Yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, it was one thing to start seeing it initially, but now it's not rare to see even a couple of them, as we're going to very
Supports
likely
get
see.
it all the time now. I know Puffy in some of his matches, I've seen him get them on like silencers and stuff. Well, like it's just such a good item.
Yeah, when discussion was first being had, I feel like people thought it was going to be more of a support item with the changes, but it's actually still a core thing. Top lane, by the way, Morphling, he does not realize how much of a trap this is. Here comes the Invis. We leading the way. Now, can Monkeys escape? He does have a waveform up. One right here. He's just going to keep on running for the time being. Some way, somehow, juke on out of this. Waveform away. TP. He does try for it. Yeah, he's not having it. Dead. All right, so they do find him in the end, and yeah, good attempt, but really that was tough at that point.
Yeah, you can't really get away from an Ember because he clears the trees too, and it's very easy to just get that stun off. So, unfortunately for him, now he's got to like you said, make the walk of shame as he uses TP right there, which means that's a lot of farm that's not going his way. Cancel, trying to find some kind of counter kill onto Weed, doesn't quite get all the spins onto him, and he will be in trouble. There's disruption, no mana available yet on a cancel. Maybe he could get in range for chains, but he's just not fast enough. No sleight of fist hold up just yet.
Not worth it for we. Instead, they'll use the shrine right here, get that mana, and maybe go for a play. Actually, cancel needs to be careful. Oh, nice regen rune. Pops right in front of we as soon as he goes for it, too. So, just a nice little present right there for him. Now they take it. Timbersaw. When does Moo start doing things on Timbersaw? And I don't mean that in a negative way, obviously, but you know he's been down here kind of AFK free farming most part.
Report.
Yeah. No, but when does he move around? I mean, when is he going to start moving around the map? You think? Does he need to even?
I don't think you want to move around until it's like a counter engagement, so someone's diving a tower. Because Timbersaw is a hero that really functions best when he's getting 4 items, stone, and almost always bloodstone. Right now, it looks like he's going to go for the hood first because there is so much magic damage on DC. So maybe that's when he starts moving around. But typically, you just want to farm until you get your core items. Only kind of pop in for counter engagement. Cancel, a little bit of trouble. Does have the spin. I think it's enough mana. Does he have it? Yeah, barely. Have enough mana.
That was a good job by we as bottom lane. Soxa actually gets picked off in the jungle over here, watching that middle action. Sure enough, they chase him down. So speaking of doing something, Moo assisting right there to help collapse for that kill. Top lane, Monkeys, he's fine. We're just running over to support the Luna, if anything. But yeah, so we'll keep an eye out. The Timbersaw farm right here. Go again, that Bloodstone going to be big. Moon Meander on Magnus, by the way. Got the Helm of the Dominator, and Dagger is queued up right now, so he is going to look for that initiation after. Back to the top. Morphling, a little more trouble now, but he's just going to walk through the trees. Fine, maybe. Okay, well, they're going to put him under, but I don't think they have enough damage, right? There's no way.
No, I think he's just getting him to waste their spells.
Okay, yeah.
Could have also just waveformed and defended a lot of that.
Whoa, Warlock Golem coming out. Okay, they want a turn kill, actually, on a resolution right here. He's going to slow him down with the Ignite. He has another waveform, but it's not going to be close enough, and the resolution will be fine. Ogre Magi. He's going to
have
be
enough mana to
target.
TP. He's trying to buy some time to get that mana.
They're going to find him, though. And there we go, the Adaptive Strike. That's going to be a long stun right there. See with the Strength form, and that's a kill.
Yeah, but a Warlock ulti for an Ogre is just simply not worth it. Resolution. He actually canceled the TP. I hope it doesn't get him killed. No, he actually... That cheeky bastard. Canceled his TP. Actually put himself in harm's way, but he TP'd out. If they're still able to defend this top tower doing all that, that'd be great, but I don't think they're able to. Warlock Golem's going to do too much damage. We'll have to wait and see how much they value this, but it doesn't look like they're posturing to defend it. And so I guess the Warlock ulti wasn't completely wasted, but it sure looked like it was going to be.
Moo versus Moo Meander, bottom lane. Now the support coming in. No, the RP is going to connect, but this is a tanky Timbersaw. Do they have enough follow-up damage? Timber chain away. Could even set up a turn kill. Game boots, but there comes the Eclipse, and that will absolutely secure that kill onto Timbersaw. Now, speaking of that top push, this should allow them to now kind of freely put... Oh, maybe not. There's a port coming in, actually. Oh, Timbersaw goes down, and Wee's going to be up here to defend what he can. Much with it. He does have a Veil of Discord, and he's going to use it right there, actually. And hold him off for the time being, but now they're going to go on him. They underestimate maybe the potential of the lockdown right here. I don't think so. Magnetize comes out. It seems like he's still a little too tanky, and he does have the Ember, so...
Oh, stun again.
Is that enough damage, though? Yeah, Morphling doesn't really do enough. Strength right there. Z-Freak trying to escape right here. He's going to be found once again by the Ember Spirit. Going for a turn kill. The Magnetizes up, but it will not be enough. Down goes the Earth Spirit, and everyone else going to make the hell on out of there. Did they get the tower kill? They did, okay.
They just didn't anticipate that Flame Guard to... Oh, Omni Slash does hit. Spin coming out. Soxa, no disruption, and he will be killed. Easy kill there for cancel. They just didn't anticipate that Flame Guard absorbing that much magic damage. It just been alive way too long. Yeah. So nicely played by Wee. Nice pickup there from cancel. Although it is just a support, but you get what you can in the early stages of the game. And Timbersaw, I totally agree now. Looking, seeing what happened, all the damage is going to be magic. If you saw right there, that was a Bloodlusted, level 4 empowered with the Helm of the Dominator treads Magnus just trucking at Timbersaw and did nothing to him. But then the Luna ulti came out and finally just destroyed him. So it's really magic damage you want to be watching out for, and he does have his Bloodstone queued up right now after that. So
yeah. Hooded Defiance gonna help him and the team quite a bit right here. Monkey's also no longer at the top lane. He's at the bottom right here. Adaptive Strike a long range right there. Gonna connect, but there's that protection from the Shadow Demon. Puts him under. The illusion spawn, though. Big boulder smash material from Z-Freak. Meanwhile, Resolution probably gonna fall right here. Yep, waveform secured. Adaptive Strike also on Ogre Magi, locking him down, but they do not want to chase that. Now Moo on that Timbersaw trying to live, but you talk about the reactive armor. He's gonna be fine. Nothing Magnus can seem to do against him as far as that damage.
Attacks don't do any damage.
Done. Does last him forever. Boulder Smash gonna miss right there actually, but Destruction puts him under. And surviving yet again. Magnetize comes out from Z-Freak as he tries to barrel roll away. And he will be fine. He goes back in. Z-Freak baiting them out. Says, come at me, bro. He will actually fall as a result. Not sure what the game plan was there. But he goes down, and now actually more chase happening. Timbersaw, just scores activated, so he's going to be amped on that damage. Hooded Defiance on cooldown. And this time they do have enough damage to secure him. So yeah, it seems like a case of Complexity hanging around a little bit too long, and actually, they might even lose Morphling on top of all this. Can he pour it out in time? Yes, he can. Okay, so 2-0 at least. What happened there, Trout?
I think what happened was, so what Earth Spirit was doing, at least what I think he was doing, was he recognized that he was dead, so he did the all, oh, I'm gonna go flashing and show him, I'm just gonna go after me, and but I think his team was like, oh, he's going back in, let's help him. I'm just theorizing, I have no idea, but that's what it looked like to me. And like I saw Moo kind of walk back afterwards, but except the fact that Zeke's trying to get himself killed. Those team supports do that sometimes in team fights. Like they'll literally just run directly into the team, just to try to get them to go after them instead of their buddy. Moo is in a bad place right now. The entire team is waiting for him.
Yep, we saw it the whole time. In comes Monkeys, but I think he's going to realize pretty quickly that this was a bad decision on his part. And now he, again, is in some trouble. This time, no way for him to get away. Despite being as tanky as he has 2,100 life because of the full strength right there. Ain't going to matter. Double kill for Wii. And now Digital Chaos taking the first kind of bigger lead of the game here. They're moving upwards to 2,000 net worth, and here comes that bottom tower push. You have the Helm of the Dominator, the Dragonlance being finished on Luna as well. But top tower push, cancel. Is actually going to try to split push right here.
Oh, RP. Single RP onto Z-Freak. So they'll get a very, very easy kill right there. Similar to that game we cast earlier, for something like a Sand King. Right? It's not as big of an ultimate or big of a skill, but very, very easy ways to pick them up. Cancel does have an ultimate ready to go. Very long stun up on the Misery, and that's going to be a freebie there for them, I would imagine.
He has Omni Slash, but of course, pretty dangerous to the neutrals there, and it's just not worth it. You probably have the skill anyways. And yeah, Chakram will help secure it. So again, though, quite a bit used right there for just an Ogre Magi kill. In terms of a lot of time, really. So not necessarily greatest for Complexity, but at least getting a hero kill has to feel somewhat good.
Yeah, and as the game progresses, this stun from Morphling gets more and more potent and becomes more of an issue. I mean, these 5-second stuns early on in the game, you can't really do anything with yourself. Like, you can't follow up on yourself because as you see with this build, he's only got one in the waveform. He doesn't do too much damage. It can just kind of stun him and annoy people. But as time goes on, you start team fighting a lot more. You can supplement that with the rest of the damage of your team. All that thought, Z-Freak's in a lot of trouble. Moo comes up to help him, and Moo's taking a lot of damage.
Is it enough? That's a big question, as we always ask. Eclipse comes out, turns onto the Earth Spear right there, and Timbersaw instead going to be forced to go after Sakta. Disruption on cooldown. Chakram sitting on top of No. We, though, joining the party, and now Timbersaw gets the kill, but at what cost? Moo's in trouble. He will fall in the end. 40 more seconds before he's going to be back up in this game, pending a buyback. But look at this Complexity. They're not done, damn it. They want this kill steal onto a Luna. Omni Slash is ready. Gonna use it right here. Will he get the bounces? Out comes the Warlock Golem. They get the cut of Luna. And now Moomander on Magnus. He's also in trouble. Has a skewer. Actually was on cooldown. He ends up going down right there. Now Ogre Magi is going to be chased back and probably killed off when it's all said and done. So honestly, for Complexity, that actually played out pretty well in their favor and actually locked down our Ember Spirit over here from Z-Freak. Is it enough? Maybe not. Adaptive Strike, but I don't think they have the damage. And Ember should be fine to get away, but well, sequence of events, though, working out in favor of Complexity, it feels like. Earth Spirit. Oh, no, he's getting turned. Are you kidding me? Okay, Wee's pretty powerful here, apparently. And now Timbersaw joining the party. Okay, well, he should be fine. I mean, yeah, Juggernaut really has no catch at this point. Hey, you feel Complexity? I mean, should they feel happy about how that turned out, Trout?
Sorry, what was that? It's cutting in and out.
Should they feel excited about the way that fight went? Complexity.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Juggernaut's getting really, really big. Obviously, Ember's a huge problem, but again, like I said, this adaptive strike is just going to be really, really annoying for him later. Again, of course, they do have Shadow Demon. It becomes a matter of, I think unfortunately though, that Complexity just have a lot of things to worry about if they don't have this Warlock ulti to work with in the later stages of the game. They have to make sure they kill the Shadow Demon somehow. Simultaneously, they have to make sure they spread from this Magnus ulti. And I don't know if they have a way to like run around and quick burst down like a Shadow Demon. Like remember we were theorizing, oh maybe it's going to be a Bat Rider or something like that. They have no way of totally killing him very, very quickly without stunning. Like maybe an Ember Spirit, but it's kind of hard. In the meantime, there is a drop back with a skewer onto Monkeys, but he should be fine. He's probably the hardest hero on their team to kill.
Yeah.
No silences or anything like that, so.
2,500 life, not too shabby. Morphling right there, but instead we'll be pushing out the middle lane, and power is on Resolution now. Now, of course, the route on a Morphling uphill. The skewer, oh, but he's thrown in the air by the Yule Scepter, so not going to work right there. That's his own Yule Scepter that he just finished. The Glaive's bouncing around, though. Tower is going to fall, but here we go. Complexity looking to go in. Luna put under by Shadow Demon, that is, and they do catch Morphling with another root. As tanky as he is, he ain't tanky enough to withstand all of them. And he's down for 40 seconds, so it is going to be a 5 versus 4 now in favor of Digital Chaos. They might as well keep this going. This is where it's difficult for Complexity. No Warlock Golem up for 5 more seconds. They'll have it, but again, they do not have their Morphling, so will they even feel comfortable fighting? In fact, Skewer right there on her Spirit catches Z-Freak off guard. The beam to follow. Barrel will away, gonna hit the target though, and he will fall. He is the Magnetized. Out comes the Warlock Golem. They want to at least kill Resolution maybe, as Terrasoft's going in, a big Chakram on top of all of them. Ember Spirit's flying around, the Eclipse going off. Down goes Luna though, and now Moo taking through the damage. He's gonna go after Misery. Nope, the Shadow Demon puts himself under, as now Moon Meander jumps back in. Soxa managing to survive as the spin back in from Cancel though. Takes down Shadow Demon right there. The skewer forward though from Moon Meander, gets the kill on a Cancel, but it cost him his life as Moo cuts right through him, and we're still not even done. Melon's now, he's going to try to survive, although Morphling is back into the fight, and they lock down Ember Spirit. Does the Evan Remnants get away right here? No more lockdown to follow. He's going to try to juke, but they chase him down. The Yule Scepter comes out, another Adaptive Strike ready to go, and they do take out Ember Spirit. Complexity comes out on top of the fight when it's all said and done. I feel like that shouldn't happen the way it did, but it somehow did, Trout. They won the fight in the end.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to spend time to have Morphling come back and respawn, gets the Yules up onto Ember Spirit, which is very... I don't know if his Flame Guard was dying down or not, but regardless, it stops it, and didn't even need the Adaptive Strike. It's just the fight went on for so long. Unfortunately, Moo got his Bloodstone right after that. Boy, that would have been awesome if he had it before. Would have got some nice charges. But, I mean, that's with the Golem, and right now, if you're Complexity, you need to make sure you fight around the Golem. This Warlock is super farmed, by the way, and farmed especially in terms of experience. He's level 14, and over 14 and a half with the Midas for quite some time. Died yet, he's 4-0-8, so having a damn good game. Looks like he's going to go for an energy booster first, just because he feels like his team and himself need a lot of mana. But doesn't want to rush that Ags. Regardless, he's going to have that level chaotic offering in no time, and starts hoarding some of those books, and one tome is still available, I think. I can't really tell for sure.
Oh, they're going to jump right here, though. The Chakram on top of 2 heroes, both Luna as well as Ember Spirit are pretty low from the beginning, and Digital Chaos in trouble now. Ember Spirit goes down. Resolution, he's going to fall as well as the wave forward comes through, and Complexity, you know that they're feeling it right now. Soxa gets killed, double kill for Moo, and they're going to transition right over to the bottom lane push. DC, it feels like they just kind of ran right into them. I mean, obviously that was lack of vision perhaps, but Complexity completely seemed to catch them off guard. And the big opening from Timbersaw with the Chakram on both to help them secure it. This Complexity, they're going to start continue even to push now. How about this build on Morphling, by the way, Trout? The Yule Scepter, now he's going to be getting a Blink Dagger. What's going on here?
His Timber is just huge. Just got 3 Bloodstone charges now as well. They still have an Omni Slash. They're pushing up high ground. Morphling is trying to go in, gets a nice stun, but it's very, very close to the base. Moo says, I don't care. He really wants to get this kill. Diving towards the well, in fact. Still doesn't have enough damage. Misery, very, very tanky hero. Moo might as well take this well. Comes back, does kill Moo. In the meantime, they're trying to get the tier 3. Sorry, and Moon Meander gets a huge RP. Remnants on his 2. Warlock ulti to try to stop the bleeding, but it's not in time. And I think it just came off cooldown. At the very last second, Moon Meander does clip the skewer to stop the TP from Melons. And does get a very, very big kill. I gotta say, man, that was some big overstaying of the welcome on the part of Moo right there. I don't think he had any business rushing in near the fountain like that to not even get the kill. Did he get the Bloodstone Suicide? It looks like he did not either.
Yeah, what? That just, it felt like that was a play of he pretty much knew he was dead at that point, but at least distracting for allowing them to get the tier 3 tower, maybe the racks. I mean, they got the tier 3 tower, barely. It almost actually survived in the end, but they did get it. But yeah, that seemed like a very, very desperate dive with Complexity. Just prior to that, all of a sudden they had all this momentum. So you got to say a little bit of throw perhaps coming out for Complexity. But we see a Roshan attempt now happening. And Air Spirit going to be the one that jumps in first. He gets his magnetized off. He does fall quickly, but is it going to be enough setup for his teammates? Magnus, Moon Meander, he's looking for a chance. BKB coming off cooldown in 10 seconds. He does not have RP though. He's going to throw out a shockwave. The Omni Slash meanwhile catching Misery, but the Disruption comes out, and that's going to save Ogre Magi for the time being. And the Purge on a cancel as well to slow him down. He's trying to get away. Ember Spirit in the flank, catches a couple, including the Yule Scepter now on a Morphling, going to throw himself in the air, as well as Juggernaut surviving. But we try to run now, Moo, chasing him down. More Searing Chains coming out. And they're kind of just hiding them right now. But Resolution at half-life, he does not have that Eclipse. Tirmidor chasing him down. The Shock Grip slows him enough. And another Timber Chain, but he can't really cut him off. But I think the Warlock dot is going to be enough. The Shadow Word is it. The Timber Chain forward. Oh my god, the Shock Grip, he somehow shoots it. He does have the Warlock debuff on him though, but he's going to manage to somehow live as he keeps on running. And we're going to continue actually over here. In fact, Warlock's in trouble. Oh, not enough though. He will actually live himself. Not enough dot damage. And I think we're finally done here with this crazy fight that happened. I mean, Roshan is still up. Cancel going forward now. And trying to actually finish it off. Village Discord going to be popped though. DC does not want to give this up freely. But I think they may have to in the end. Are they really ready to fight right now? They're going to maybe try to go for some sort of ninja. Morphling in the front line. Adaptive Strike pushes away. There we go, the kill. Cancel picks it up. Moving in with the RP right on top, locking him down. They make it the HCs right away at least. He pops the Manta Style though. He needs to spin, maybe get a survive right here. The heal coming out for the heals on him. And Moon Meander's actually the one that's dying right now. He does get the kill, but now Moon Meander is going to fall himself. The 8 is at least popped, but it's still favoring for Complexity. Now Saksa, he manages to actually escape as he TPs back to base. This fight just did not end, Shroud. That, hopefully you can hear me again now, but that fight just took forever.
Yeah, as it dies down with the sound going, it's fine. But yeah, that was actually some pretty slick play there in the middle of that Roshan engagement when Moon was 1v1ing the Jug. I don't know if you saw, but like he used his Shadow Amulet in the middle of it and was able to evade the Adaptive Strike. I don't think that was planned, but it looked pretty damn cool. But in the end, they do get the Roshan to cancel. He does. Doesn't look like he used the Aegis, yeah. But I mean, they're in a good spot still. As long as they don't have any kind of crazy dives like that with going into the well, I think they'll be fine. They do have Warlock ulti up and available. Fortunately, Magnus doesn't have his RP, so this should be a free tier 2 tower. Of course, it looks like they do not want to defend it. Resolution's not quite there. He's very close to his match back. He does have enough. Yeah, they're not going to defend.
Not worth it. You mentioned the ultimates being up, especially on Warlock with that Golem. So he's got the mech now too. By the you mentioned now. I was actually looking at the levels. I mean, level 16, he has that 50% challenge or the choice to get it, but he actually didn't even get that. He went to stats instead, and he's still managing to do pretty well when it comes to the levels here. But they're gonna knock on the door. Look at DC though. They're split pushing in the meantime. Resolution top lane. We at the bottom lane. Trying to force Complexity back, and it looks like they are going to do that.
Yeah, they don't want to. They've already taken a lot of unnecessary damage down there. Good farm here for Z-Freak. Yes, actually very little farm now that I think about it. The Warlock going for the Midas, and now for the Greaves. Up action. We goes back onto Earth Spirit. Has a damage, very easy kill. And he actually remnants out some stylish plays there from Wee on that Ember Spirit after a little bit of a weird period about 10 minutes ago where he was back-to-back deaths, but yeah, finding his footing once again, very close to that Radiance now, does have enough for the Relic. We'll probably buy it right here in just a second. he sells something there. He actually drops his veil to get the most out of that shrine. And yeah, I think DC, they just need to make sure they play around the golem, and at the same time, they need to play around the golem. They need to make sure they fight when it is a good time and when that golem is up. And if not, probably just farm a little bit and wait for people to fight.
Oh, Moo, he's tempted fate a little bit, but again, he's tanky. I feel like we see that often.
Destroys those illusions.
Yeah.
Such a good hero stuff.
That's what I was wondering. I mean, with that final pick, not only Moo plays it well, but you know, you got the Shadow Demon Luna combo, and he's pretty good at killing them, as we see right there. So, gonna stop that push. See, by the way, we see Ags being built by Morphling, it looked like. Do you want to remind those out there that may not know what an Ags on Morphling does?
It replicates a hero that you can use their abilities, but I don't think you can use their ulti. Is that what he's going for? He's going for an Axe?
That's what it looks
like.
Wow,
he is. Well, I guess you have some good abilities from, like, Timber Saw to use. I don't know if Monkeys is an Earth Spirit player, but that would be sure fun to see. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you don't get their ultimate. That'd be pretty broken if you could, like, copy Warlock and use their ultimate.
No, that would be absurd, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess we could just, you know, do the old reading thing, where we could just read what it does, but it is a little buggy on my screen, so I can't, like, it just keeps going away.
Yeah.
7.0 something. But, you know, yeah, I think you get it for, like, 20 seconds in addition to your replicate, so it doesn't last very long.
Okay.
This is just trying to refresh my own memory. I hardly ever see this item. So my guess is you can use your main replicate on Jug, and like you can use your Axe one on. I mean, it seems like Timber Saw, right? You have the Timber Chain. Obviously, you don't get the Chakram, but Timber Chain and Whirling Death.
Oh, it actually grants you a second ability. Second replicate. That's what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. I'm glad you refreshed us, Charles. Yeah, so that's but it's very, very fair that not only is this position, it's the way that Morphling's being played is very rare, but going an Ags on top, and this is not a combo of things that you see too often. So Monkeys, though, he's not afraid to do things different. Group up with a team right here, and they're gonna go for the smoke. So the top lane, Lotus Orb finished on Saw, by the way. Have Maelstrom finished on Juggernaut, and they're gonna find a Satyr here and try to pick it off, but obviously won't smoke. So we'll continue to enhance himself, but you feel a fight's probably brewing right here. Timber Spirit just saying hello to Timber Saw, but not gonna do much else. They'll stay back. Magnus, by the way, let's see how Magnus built here. He wants the attack speed, damage, and strength. So yeah, he's going for I can right-click you build. We were talking about that.
I haven't seen it do much damage though, and you would think it would do a ton, but up until now, like, I keep seeing him go on like Timber, and he just doesn't do anything to Timber with the refraction armor. Last time I saw him go a little bit on the Jug, but that was after he had an Aegis, and honestly, Jug was winning because he had the healing word. Was killed quickly by him, but we'll see. I have yet to see it like take over. Then again, he still has room for something to. Oh, RP.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge RP right there. Is it going to be enough follow-up? Absolutely. Morphling and Warlock are dead, and they do not have buybacks. Eclipse is popped by the Luna right there. She's still chasing, has the BKB up, but without those buybacks, this is now a chance for Digital Chaos to make a big move in terms of pushing something down. I mean, all the outer towers are destroyed. They're going to actually go for some kind of Siege Rayer. Obviously, Roshan's not back up. You see they're pinging bottom. They want to go down here.
Great RP, just really, really fast instant there from Moon. Very quick reactions. Got arguably two of the most important heroes to get. I mean, definitely the Warlock you want to kill, without a doubt. They do have low respawns, especially that Morphling. Luna.
Yeah, she took a lot of damage right there off the bat, but confident enough that she's going to be fine. Cancel, pop the Omni Slash. Bounce into the background. Now he's trying to fall back. He needs to be careful. Manchester gonna be used. Morphling back up. 10 more seconds on Warlock before he's back up. And Dactyl Strike to Luna, actually. Warlock coming up in 5. Got to keep an eye on that. He has the ultimate, remember. Lotus Orb on himself, and down goes the Luna. 70-second cooldown now on Resurrection. Now Warlock's back in the fight. Stun on Ember Spirit, meanwhile, with the Dactyl Strike. Look at that lock, and he's dead. throughout the whole adaptive cycle, 4.25 seconds, and he could not live with full life going into that. Moon Meander hunting around perhaps for somebody. Ogre Magic, though, going to be ran out. Seems like some of these decisions here by both teams have made some decisions of pushing into the base at some pretty poor times.
It's hard. It's hard to push against a team that knows what they're doing in the high ground, and especially when you have good abilities for that anti-push. The strike is so good. He was only like 10 seconds away from respawning when they started that push, and then things happen. You kind of posture like you're gonna push, and you kind of back out. I mean, there's a lot of time that goes in between all of this, like faking to go in, poking at the racks, getting back, move around, trying to make sure you dodge this spell. During all of that time elapses, and you forget how fast these heroes respawn. And they just kind of, I think, forgot how quickly they respawn. They didn't even use the rock, man. These still got Warlock ulti.
Yeah.
Might have to use some buybacks here from 1 or maybe even 2 cores. Moon Meander, he is trying to look for some kind of play here. Gets the ulti off, doesn't do a whole lot. He is finally trucking through that damage to Cancel. Cancel dies. Ulti comes out from Warlock. There's a damage from Moon Meander.
Yeah.
On the Magnus that we were looking to see.
They also kind of left Campbell up there to dry. I mean, I don't know if they just underestimated the amount of damage that Magnus was going to do to him, but
I think they did.
Kind of just were chilling in the background. I mean, obviously the Warlock Golem eventually came out, but nobody else went in. I mean, they definitely had a chance. They were all nearby. They chose to play very safe, though.
Bots in here from Ember. They know that the rock is down. He does have that Radiance hitting pretty hard. Gets the Remnant out, trying to avoid that adaptive strike from Morphling.
Lotus Orb comes out, though. Gonna save for the time being. Put under on Ember Spirit. The turn chance for complexity. The Eclipse bouncing around, though. And Morphling will fall. The adaptive strike trying to finish the Ember Spirit. Can they somehow? Yes, they can. And Z-Freak does his job with the Boulder Smash. Now Timbersaw, though, as tanky as he is, again, not tanky enough here. And he will fall. The Warlock Golem goes down as well. Obviously, Juggernaut not being involved in that fight as he remained dead for even another 10 seconds here before he comes back up. But Ultra Kill coming out. And now Resolution yet again heading right towards the bottom lane. No buyback on a Warlock. Granted, the Golem is down anyways. Even if he was
And I
ready.
can never tell with this UI, but I'm not sure if they used Glyph or not. If they didn't, they're going to be in a world for hurt. It's definitely going to be a set of racks with the illusions, with the SD illusions. Moonmander has RP cooling down in 10 more seconds, so going to have that available in just a second. Yeah, those racks are definitely dead. Looks like they're probably just going to take the safe route and back out, send some illusions mid, maybe go for Roshan. They do know that Warlock Golem is down, though, so you're going to gauge how much damage. Look at that damage, even with Moo trucking through those illusions. The SD illusions are just so good. And remember, Luna was, I think, what, 4th pick?
Yeah.
And they already showed the SD. They banned out the TP and the LC afterwards. Kind of makes you wonder that why they left Luna in there when it's such a strong combo with the Shadow Demon that was second pick that we're all going to see. So lines being drawn out. Looks like they want to get some sanctuaries before. Are they called sanctuaries or shrines? Shrines.
Yeah. But when you ping it, it calls it a sanctuary, I think, or it used to.
Right. Okay, there we go.
That's probably why. Not gonna do that. Roshan, it seems like, yeah, more of the intended target here now. Complexity is all back up, but yeah, we here on the Ember Spirit, he is doing plenty of damage with that Radiance. A little fragile though, and I feel like Monkey's his target every time seems to be that Ember Spirit. I mean, for good reason, right? You want to lock him down.
Oh, there's that BKB. He knows. It's a hard counter to this Morphling build. Probably why we don't see it that much, because it is so easily countered. It's just when you can do it against heroes that typically don't want to buy it, you're like, haha, I got you pinned. Checkmate, I can, you know, you don't want to go for a BKB, but Ember's like, fuck that, I've died enough. It's such an annoying ability. They're using the disruption for the Luna, so I need to save myself with something like BKB. Now you could also go Link, it just prevents it the entire time.
Oh, Warlock Golem comes out. Yeah, they catch a couple. Do they have the follow-up though? The Warlock spread damage being used. Moonmeander jumps in. He has an RP. He's not going to use it just yet. He pops BKB. He finally uses it. He catches multiple heroes. And the follow-up from the Ember Spirit. It's a triple kill for we, a 3-for-1. And the turn is real for Digital Chaos. No buybacks on Juggernaut or the Morphling. They also pick off Warlock. Also no buyback. Buyback bought by Shadow Demon. And they're going to go cut, though, try to finish the game right here, right now, Trout. What an RP. I feel like we've said that multiple times. Moonmeander, arguably the MVP of this game. Now they're going to push into the base. The Glaives bouncing around. What can Timbersaw and Earth Spirit do by themselves? The answer is probably not a whole lot. here as that Lotusaur will stun Ogre himself. But yeah, that should be Mega Creeps, and that's probably game 1, Trout. There we go. GG's, and that's it. Interesting game. I mean, Complexity definitely had hope, even till that last fight there. That was a game that Complexity could have definitely won.
Yeah, sorry, I during the